Hi, my name is Rochelle. I live at 830 East 163rd. I've lived here about 4 years, since 2014. In November it'll be 5 years. When I first got here, it was really horrible. The apartment was horrible. The walls were horrible. Like everything was just out of order. It was always leaks in the bathroom. And this is while Seth Miller was the owner. Once the administration took over and they did all the repairs, a little bit of hustle, going up to the other apartment, coming back down. Upon coming back, everything is okay, but I know the floors are still not level. Some of the windows still are very airy, so that means to me that they didn't change the windows. Just to be brief, by the time, once Seth Miller took back over the building, just the experience has been totally different. Like, I really appreciate how the old super used to handle the garbage. There was never a whole bunch of trash. At one point, I have a friend that lives across the street. She was like, this is the rat building. This is the rat building. Anyway, we weren't seeing any rats. I don't care, every morning, the garbage is always straight, the hallways is always swept. Now it's like you go outside, trash is all over the place, and I mean all over the place. It looks disgusting. Was it last week or the week before? I'm leaving out and there's a big rat in the second part of the hallway, like the door with the intercom and then the iron gate that used to have the lock. He's just sitting there. So someone's like, rata, rata. So I'm like, oh my God, we've never had that issue where a rat was actually in the hallway. Those doors have always been there. Also, while Mr. Miller was not the owner, the super kept monitoring the cameras and stuff like that. So we had a lot of people that would come in the building at one point that were no longer coming in the building because it was being policed, basically. They weren't as much in front of the building. So I think right now, what's going on is they really need to, if they're gonna make repairs and stuff like that, they really need to get it together. Just make the repairs that need to be done, manage the garbage, and let us just get on with our life. This back and forth, or we don't need this, we don't need that. We're human, we're living in a bad neighborhood as it is, than to live in a building where you gotta continuously deal with rodents, drugs, drug dealers, and stuff like that. I mean, I've never lived in, I'm born and raised in the Bronx, but I've never lived like this. I never. It added to my depression. I was been working 2 jobs since 2014. I'm sorry, since 2008. I stopped in 2014 when I moved here because I lost my job. So it was a lot more depression and anxiety. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what my rights are. It was just a lot. But just to know that someone was standing behind me, and advocating for us, or letting us know what our rights were, really helped a lot. The depression is still there, but we can do better, and we can do it better together.
Mm-hmm. Perfect.
Thank you.
And so, just a follow-up question. Do you think that the city has any role in what's going on here, or how should the city treat landlords like Seth Miller?
Well, the city should know that the people that they're letting just buy buildings, people live in those buildings. It's not so much as where we're located. We're still human. We need better housing, and the city should be providing better housing. I mean, they just built that big complex on 161st Street. It was years and years of building. People are like, oh my God, I get to move out. And come to find out it's a co-op, or you got to make $40,000 a year. Some people live in this neighborhood not because they want to, but because this is where they're raised and this is what they can afford. And I think the city should really crack down hard on these landlords that make us feel like we're less than nothing.
Perfect. And do you have anything else that you want to add?